Boy who Naveen lived with in the same flat has just spoken to India Today's Nabila, providing the most detailed picture of his final day. Very, very tragic details. And once again, I want to say our condolences to the family of young Naveen, whose mortal remains will be coming back. He was sent there as a doctor to become a doctor, and his mortal remains will be flying home very soon. Here's that conversation, and we'll get you more right after that.
I just want to know if you're safe and if everything, if you've got required help.
For now, I am safe in a bunker. We are waiting officials, whatever, any updates we'll get for officials.
But Naveen left the bunker, is it? He went to buy some supplies? Is that when he was...
Yeah, because there is a curfew till 6 a.m. After 6 a.m. he went, because we had a shortage of food. We didn't have anything from night. So he thought of going. Then this incident happened.
And how many of you all are there in the bunker?
Right now, we 3 are there. In different parts, there is more than 100 or 200 from Karnataka, and too many Indians are also there. I don't know exact number.
Are you all getting any help from the locals?
Yeah, some people are really nice. They are helping us to be in shelter.
If Naveen left alone, is it? Did he go with someone or was he alone?
No, he left alone. He went early morning. Everyone was sleeping. We didn't know that he went.
He didn't inform you before leaving?
No, he thought that he said yesterday, because day before yesterday I also went to Tibet to buy this stuff. So he also thought I can also go today so that we can have something to eat. But unfortunately, it happened. But where I am staying, no incident was done. But today it has been very bad for us.
Shrikant, any idea on how they're going to bring back Naveen? Is there any communication that they've made with you?
Nothing. I don't even know what is going on. I only know that he's no more. Apart from that, I didn't even contact anyone. Nothing. We don't know anything up, because the outside the shelters means there is too much of bombarding outside right now in Kharkiv. So I don't know what is the situation.
How did you get to know that Naveen has passed?
I contacted, I was trying to contact him several times, but he didn't receive. Then I called again to his local number. A lady or some guy received. They were speaking in Russian. I didn't understand, so I gave this phone to one of my neighbor, one of my colleague who is staying in the shelter, this Ukrainian citizen. So they spoke and they said that they are saying this, and we contacted our head one. They said, yeah, he is no more. It's confirmed.
And they have not told you anything about how they're going to bring the body? Nothing. There's no communication on that.
No. Right now, no.
Shrikant, are you in touch with authorities? Is there a line of communication open?
Nothing. No.
Have you all been assured that you will be evacuated from there?
Yeah, but we have been assured that we will be evacuated, but don't know when. But right now they said to stay safe inside. That's it.
But quickly, just to show you the precise map that the Prime Minister and his team is going to be looking at this very urgent meeting. Now remember, around here, in fact, is where Kharkiv is. It's about 40 kilometers from the, from the actual border with Russia. In fact, Kharkiv is somewhere around here. So about 40 kilometers from the Russian border is where that is. But here's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. The problem is all of the exit routes out of Ukraine for Indian students are in the western part of the country. They're all located here, to Poland, to Slovakia, to Hungary, as well to Romania and Moldova. All of these routes are in the west, but Kharkiv is over here. So that's the reason why things are so volatile at this point of time. The city where young Naveen Shekharappa has lost his life has been under siege. It has seen some of the most belligerent violence since the very beginning. I want to show you what the Battle of Kharkiv has looked like, including one of the most disturbing images in this invasion over 6 days, a cruise missile attack in the heart of the city, the same city where young Naveen has so tragically lost his life.
And just like that, the grand government structure in the heart of Kharkiv was blown to smithereens. A cruise missile hitting bang into the government headquarters of eastern Ukraine in Kharkiv has the world shook. Look at what's left of the building. The intensity of the missile attack is so powerful that nothing is left. This government structure is historically significant for both Ukraine and Russia. It was a 6-story office building constructed back in 1954. But that hasn't stopped the ruthless Russian army. This happened in the busiest square. An area that's usually bustling is now filled with debris. The Russians are doing everything they can to take control of Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city. The fight for this city has been going on for the last few days, with Ukrainians refusing to back off. The result is a city ravaged by war. Russian military vehicles have been targeted by Ukrainian troops. Many military tanks set on fire. The Russians won't stop their non-stop assault. Kharkiv has become a battlefield. Sounds of blasts and explosions have become the new normal now. This is how Ukraine's second largest city, Kharkiv, looked like less than 20 days ago. After over 100 hours of being under siege, this is how the streets of Kharkiv look now. In the beginning of February, citizens were seen storming the streets. And on February 27th, dead bodies seen lying on the same road. From February 24th, the day when Russia declared war, the fight for Kharkiv began. The very same night, Russia began pounding Kharkiv. Several blasts were reported. Smoke engulfed the Kharkiv skyline, and the city's people haven't slept in peace since. The Battle of Kharkiv is key for Putin. Kharkiv played a particularly important role in shaping Ukraine during and after World War I. It served as the first capital of the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic. Today, Ukrainians are resisting the fall of Kharkiv. But for how long can they put up a fight? How can they hold up against a relentless, ruthless army? Bureau Report, India Today.
And I want to take you straight to Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, where India Today's Rajesh Pawar has been reporting from there. Rajesh, this entire situation has escalated very, very dramatically in the last 2.5 to 3 hours in the wake of the death of an Indian student, the desperate voices coming out of Kharkiv right now, and the shockwave it has sent right through the Indian community all across Ukraine at this point. What more can you tell us about any plans to get more Indians out as safely as possible?
Look, Shiv, first of all, I would like to inform you that I just got a call from a bunch of Indian students who managed to get a taxi and reach the Kharkiv train station. There's a train there on the platform now, which is going to leave Kharkiv soon. And these students called me up and said they are not being allowed to board the train. They are telling only Ukrainians first. I believe they are live somewhere on your channel, or they were there, but this is a phone call I received from them. So I would request if Indian Embassy or anybody from Indian government is listening right now to get in touch with the Ukrainian officials right now and allow these students to board this train, which is leaving Kharkiv in probably next half an hour to 1 hour, and the students can also leave with that, Indian students. Having said that, now coming to the situation here, I think most of the students from Kyiv have already left yesterday. But if there are a few students left, then it is advisable for them as well to leave at the earliest, because situation is getting more grim and it's likely to worsen in a few hours. Over to you.
Rajesh, thanks very much. Stay safe. We'll keep coming back to you with attacks now mounting one after the other. The cost of war is being paid for by human casualties, mostly civilians. Remember, there was, an affirmation and a promise that no civilian areas were being targeted. All of that lies in pieces right now after what has just been witnessed in the city of Kharkiv. Innocent civilians bearing the brunt of this non-stop conflict. While Russia claims that civilian areas are not being targeted, this is only a demilitarization mission. The last 3 hours have changed everything. Take a look.
A booming explosion. A ball of fire. A government building blown to smithereens. Charred cars with occupants all around. This shattering explosion in Kharkiv reflects the horror and human toll on civilians in Ukraine. The aftermath of cruise missile attack showed the historic building with broken walls, windows and debris strewn all around. These videos of attacks on once bustling Ukrainian cities boost Kyiv's claims that Russia has been targeting civilians and no military areas in large cities. The haunting images of massive flames engulfing residential buildings, roads, and leaving a plume of black smoke. This mind-numbing image of a Russian missile hitting Kyiv high-rise had earlier sent shockwaves across the world. The killer attack on civilians left many in Ukraine, including prominent MPs, in tears.
I'm in Lviv. I came here for several days.
Yes.
Lviv is nearby the Polish border.
Yes.
Because yesterday, my husband left to the war, and I came here to help him to gather all the stuff. He went to the south of Ukraine, where it's one of the hardest situations as well.
India Today has been documenting the civilian strife in its exclusive war zone report from Kyiv's street and underground bomb shelters.
There's an air siren going on. There's an air attack expected now. Maybe a bomb attack expected right now. And that's an indication that is telling people to take shelter. Go for some kind of bomb shelter right now. And this is an indication. This is going on continuously now for last 5 minutes.
Moments after the shots ended, the blasts were heard, the air raid sirens were heard, and people started taking shelters either in underground basements of their buildings or in metro stations or here at the Kyiv Central Station.
The war, blasts, and human suffering have triggered a massive exodus of refugees from Ukraine to neighboring safe havens. The UN putting the figure at over 5 lakh and counting. With Gaurav Sawant and Rajesh Pawar in Kyiv, Bureau Report, India Today.
It's been 6 days of this invasion. Every single picture that we've reported for you here on India Today suggests that the escalation is constant. There could be a huge attack on the capital city of Kyiv, and things have escalated too dramatically for us here in India in just the last 3 hours. The suffering, the tragedy, the death of a young Indian student, and the fallout. Much more ahead, and I'm taking you live to both Kharkiv and Kyiv on the other side of this break. Stay with India Today. Everything has changed for India in the Ukraine crisis in just the last 2 hours with the death of young Naveen Shekharappa, 21-year-old medical student from Karnataka in the city of Kharkiv. India has been dragged into this war more directly than it had perhaps ever anticipated. 3,500 Indian students are still stranded in the city of Kharkiv. I caught up with one of those students who is trying to flee the city under fear of death. Are you able to get out of Kharkiv, Khalid? What is your plan?
Sir, we are now at the railway station. We are waiting for the Lviv train, and we will go to Lviv, and then we will go to the border of Hungary or Romania. We haven't decided it yet, but after that we will see. And after going to Romania or Hungary, we will evacuate from there.
Khalid, it's been a very, very tragic day. Naveen, a young Indian student, was killed in shelling. When did you hear about that? How did you react to that? Is that why you are leaving right now?
Sir, there are lots of bombarding going on in Kharkiv, so we are afraid we have to leave now.
Have you heard the bombarding? Have you been close to where it has been happening?
Sir, the bombardings have been going from almost 5 to 6 days now, and it has been increased from 2 to 3 days. So we have to move now, or we are in danger, I think.
How many of you are leaving right now, Kharkiv? Are you receiving any help of any kind?
We are a group of 12 people. These are my friends. We are all waiting here. We are waiting for the train for Lviv.
Okay, is this train going?
Sorry?
Khalid, what is the
Yes,
situation
sir.
in Kharkiv right now? We have seen, the pictures coming in from Kharkiv. It's very bad.
Everyone is in panic. Sir, everyone is in panic. Ukrainian people, Indian people, everyone is in panic.
How many Indian students are there in Kharkiv? Do you have a rough idea? We are hearing that more than 3,000 Indian students are there in Kharkiv. Does that sound right?
There are, sir, 3,500 students, but most of them are evacuated. Almost few of them, almost 1,000 of them have evacuated, gone to India, but a majority of students are stuck here.
Are you in touch with your parents, Khalid? Where are your parents right now?
I'm in full touch with my parents. See the rush, sir.
Yeah.
Everyone is in the rush.
Yes, Khalid. And I applaud you for being so calm. I want you to stay calm. You will get on that train,
Yes,
and you will get out of there. We will stay with you.
I just want to say one thing, sir.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, this Ukrainian people, sir, they are not letting Indian people go. They are letting Ukrainian people go first. After that, we have to get through it, through money, by pushing everyone. And it is a lot of panic, sir. I don't understand why they are doing like this, but just because we are Indians, that's why they are not letting us to go.
You're saying that they're discriminating and saying first the Ukrainians will leave,
they're
only then
discriminating.
the Indians will leave. There is racism going on there.
Yeah, sir.
How are you managing it? How are you managing it, Khalid? Are they making you pay money just to get onto the train?
Yes, sir. We are paying money. We are paying 200 Kevin, 300 Kevin, almost 500 Kevin for getting in.
Is there any...
One of my friends have given $100 for going in the train.
When is that train going to leave, Khalid?
I don't know, sir. This train is going to Kyiv. Our train is coming at 3 p.m. and it will go to Lviv.
What is your plan from here? You're going to go to Lviv and try and cross over into either Hungary or Poland? That's your plan?
Yes, sir.
Has there been any advice from the Indian embassy in Kyiv or elsewhere that, is there help waiting for you anywhere at this point of time? Because the situation has escalated
sir,
dramatically.
Heard that the 4 ministers are there at the border at
Yes.
Hungary, Romania, Poland, and I don't know one border.
Slovakia.
But, there are 4 ministers going there.
Yes, the 4 ministers are going to be there, but has any clear instruction come to you, Khalid,
sir, we are
about
on
what
our
needs
own.
to be done?
We have to move on our own. They have said we are on our own, so we can't do anything. Our lives was in danger, so we have to move out from Kharkiv.
And we're going to try and get to Khalid again in a short while to get an update from him. Young Indian there in panic and fear following the death of an Indian student very much like him who has so tragically died in Russian shelling earlier today. We'll try and get back to Khalid and get an update from more Indian students in Kharkiv. Meanwhile, away from Kharkiv, west in Kyiv, the capital city of Ukraine, It's a city that's completely under siege. Just look at these pictures. Overnight bombardments, missile attacks that have set several localities on fire, and a huge, truly, truly terrifying convoy of Russian armor and tanks that are headed towards the city right now. It's day 6 today, and this is a series of all the days so far. From day 1 to day 2, with an oil tanker exploding, missiles hitting buildings on day 3, the city of Kyiv is truly under siege. And the general sense on the ground and fear on the ground is that after 6 days, it appears that Putin's war machine is about to launch perhaps its biggest attack on the city of Kyiv. Will the city be taken over? Will it fall? We don't know just yet, but all indications are that the big mother of assaults, all assaults on Kyiv, is imminent. Here's a report from the ground in Kyiv, where air raid sirens punctuate all life at this time.
Shiv, could you hear the siren, the air siren?
Hear it.
Shiv, could you hear me?
I can hear you, Rajesh. Go ahead. We just heard that air raid siren.
Yeah, there's an air siren going on. There's an air attack expected now, maybe a bomb attack expected right now. And that's an indication that is telling people to take shelter. Go for some kind of bomb shelter right now. And this is an indication. This is going on continuously now for last 5 minutes. Can you hear me?
We can hear it. We can hear it, Rajesh. Keep describing it.
So what I'm trying to tell you is that, as I said yesterday, they are expecting an air attack or an attack by missiles now, right now, and this has been going on for the last 5 minutes. The attacks have intensified, the bombing has intensified. This siren kept going off last night, and there were 5 to 6 distinct blast sounds last night indicating that some areas of Kyiv have been hit by missiles or by Russian rockets. Shiv.
What is the standard operating procedure once this air raid siren goes off, Rajesh? What is supposed to happen when one hears it?
Moment you hear this siren, this is an indication to you, to every citizen in the city, that you must take shelter. Either go to the basement if you have one, or go to a bomb shelter if you know something around. If nothing else, go to underground metros where you'll be probably safe. This is a call to the citizens to take shelter. Shiv.
Now, one of the biggest indicators that a large assault on the capital city of Kyiv could be imminent is satellite images that have captured a gargantuan military convoy of the Russian military that is speeding towards Kyiv at this point of time. 64 kilometers long, this vast convoy of armored vehicles, tanks, artillery, support vehicles and trucks was 25 kilometers from the center of Kyiv and stretches for about 64 kilometers. Just imagine that. These Maxa satellite pictures show deployments of ground forces and ground attack helicopter units in southern Belarus. Analysts at the space firm Maxa, who provided these images to us, also note that a number of homes and buildings have been spotted burning in nearby areas as the convoy passes through. This large Russian deployment is moving towards the capital city of Ukraine and could be the spearhead of an aggressive, big assault to bring Ukraine's capital city of Kyiv to its knees, because that's the key to Putin's domination and control of Ukraine, an objective that he hasn't met in 6 days of this operation. Now we're shifting focus momentarily back to India's tragedy in what's happening in Ukraine and the death of Naveen. India Today's Nabila has spoken to another student who is stranded now in Kharkiv. It's a student who knew Naveen well. Listen into Nabila's conversation with Indian student Afreen, who's in Kharkiv right now.
Right, Afreen, are you in Kharkiv?
Yeah, I'm in Kharkiv.
Are you safe?
Right now, yes, we are in bunkers, but we are kind of stuck here.
Can you tell us what is happening there, Afreen? I'm sure you know of one student who passed away.
It died, yes.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
We are feeling stuck and helpless. We don't know what to do. Actually, from the morning, it was like hope was there, like evacuation is going to take place from the embassy side and all. But suddenly, everyone panicked after hearing the death of a student here, and friends were like they are rushing to the railway station, and most of my friends are going, and we don't know what to do, whether to stay back here or to go to risk our lives and go to the railway station to catch the next train and all. Everyone is panicked, then we don't know what to do. We are literally helpless and stuck here. We can't go out because it's literally bombing each and every second.
I can only imagine what's running on your mind. How many of y'all are in that bunker? Are there more Indian students with you?
Here we are only 7 Indian students and other locals, but in metros, which is near to us, it's like more Indian students are there. It's like spreaded. The whole Kharkiv, the students are spreaded in each and every metros and bunkers. We have like every flat has its own bunker, so students are like spreaded.
Are you not able to step out and go towards the railway station or towards the border area? What's happening?
No. Because border is usually the borders which is near to like Hungary and all, it's like 1,000 kilometers away from us. Right. And we are not been able to step back from the bunker because it's like really bombing and shelling is going on, and the Russians are like literally shooting people and all. Civilians are also being attacked.
They're attacking
and we are
civilians.
Yes, they are also attacking civilians.
Have you seen anything in your? Have you been witness to any of that?
No, because we are like in here bunker only. We are not allowed to go out. Yeah. Sounds are being heard, and it's like getting closer each and every time.
Is anyone communicating with you from the outside?
Our guardian who is there, like from Shajazika, he is like communicating with us. For everything, we are like contacting him only.
Okay. Have they asked you to step out to head towards the border?